What up?
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. So let me ask you first off, start right out with you.
Yeah. Go
You
after
have
me.
long sleeves like I have long sleeves because
do.
it's cold, frost in the pumpkin. So in this room, you're okay though? You're not hot?
You're hot in here?
No, I'm just a little.
Okay.
No, but leave it like it is for now.
Kelly,
it's okay. Maybe my wife could have called in and said, put the heat up for him, make sure he loses a couple lbs.
Kelly Billin is the dictator of the climate control.
See what happened? The kid lost 100 pounds, and now he's freezing all times.
Yeah.
No.
We could adjust it for you, though.
No. Don't, but look at this. Here comes Kelly.
Here he goes. He's going to walk right across
my
there.
Man.
Anything for you,
and he
girl.
has to run past me, jogging.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. No, just put it like 1 degree. And thanks, Kel. Appreciate it. You're my man.
He's so excited.
Did you
Sir,
turn
the
it
camera.
up? Did you put it up a degree?
No, man, turn down.
Okay, I want to make sure. Thank you, buddy.
Wow.
100 pounds.
Anything else you need adjusted in here?
No, that's good, but
Okay.
just want to anyway. That reminds me. So I said something on air. Is cancel culture over? I hope it is, because I said something on air.
A little bit of a backlash to it, I think.
And I said, I used my old line that my buddy in Scranton said once, and I loved it. He said, I'm sweating like someone, like a guy on what did he say? He was just hot
On the
one
witness
time.
stand?
Yeah, the witness stand.
Yeah.
Sweating like an Italian on the witness stand.
Oh, okay.
So then someone came on air after me and went crazy. This guy with a vowel at the end of his name and said, "You shouldn't be talking like that." Give me a break. It's a joke. I'm making fun of myself, really. My mother was 100%. My grandparents came from Italy. Come on. Give me a joke. I'm fooling around. That reminds me, too. Are we allowed to say ma'am, honey, or sweetheart at a restaurant to the waitress?
Ma'am, where I grew up,
Yeah.
was always a very respectful thing to say.
That's funny, because that's the one. You can see I'm turning my computer to you.
Yeah.
Out of those 3 words, I got told, I'm not old. Don't call me ma'am.
Well, no. So I have gotten that before. Like if I say ma'am, I say sir and ma'am very instinctively because I've just grown up that way.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Right.
And some people do get offended by it
Got offended. That's the one. Yeah, ma'am. I'm not old, she said.
But not in the same way that honey or sweetheart. That's a different kind of offense, right? Honey or sweetheart, they feel like it's demeaning. Whereas ma'am is just like, hey, I'm not old enough for you to call me that kind of thing.
Yeah, the ma'am, I thought it was so respectful. Like my dad was a country guy.
Yeah.
He called everyone ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I can't believe that this happened this past week.
Yeah.
So yes, she said don't. I was like, wow, don't call me ma'am.
Who are you calling honey and sweetheart, though? What are you doing that?
And the waitress in the restaurant. Sweetheart,
Yeah,
can I get another call? Can I get a refill?
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
Can't do that.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm used to diners back home. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just the way they.
Wait, you say,
That's
can
the
I
way
get
the waitress
another?
talks to me.
You say, can I get another one of those, honey? You do that?
Yeah. Yes, maybe.
It's old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't mean
Sweetie,
anything
can I get
by
a
it.
refill?
I know you don't mean anything by it, but you
No.
know how these people are today.
Yeah, no, but when I have a waitress say that to me, the tip goes to 50%. When she
When-
calls me
when
honey
you
or
call you
sweetheart,
honey, right.
oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Well, dudes, we're
It
different.
goes right up.
We're different. Yeah.
No,
That's
it doesn't
right.
matter if she's
Yeah.
old or young or anything. I don't care. It's not just
Yeah.
about someone's. We're back a little bit, I guess.
If someone calls me honey, I usually make a remark like, oh, I got honeyed.
Oh,
I'll say that out loud. But,
yeah.
I just got honeyed.
No, now that I'm talking about that,
Yeah.
Gil, I have another question.
Yes, sir. Oh, I like this. What?
Why do I I have no feelings at all in me? I've said this on many shows. Action. I've been saying it for decades. But it's why do I have no feelings? That's why I don't go to games, I guess. I don't care about the teams. I don't care about the players. I don't care what happens to them off the field. Not that I'm wishing bad on anybody.
Right.
But why can't I just be a fan? Do I have ice in my veins? I don't know. Like, I was a fan when I was a kid.
You're a fan.
We used to go to
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium. I used to literally try to skip over to Yankee Stadium without my parents knowing, and because we weren't allowed to go like Jerome, and then we weren't certain blocks we weren't allowed to go to. But my Uncle Jack had season tickets for the Mets at Shea. He knew Dave Kingman, which was the right fielder.
Dave Kingman.
Yeah, you remember Kingman. Yeah, the people don't.
40
people don't
homers
know
and
him.
like a 217 average.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So we had a lot of season tickets. Dave used to come over and talk to my uncle. My uncle had a big record company, and I used to go, and I was a giant fan. I just wanted to meet Tom Seaver. I remember, and don't you think one time they brought Tom Seaver? There wasn't cameras, like they had little click cameras. Never would think that he had Tom Seaver come over and say hello to us. It was my biggest thing. Met Tom Seaver, no photo. I just like, oh my god. How
You're
can
not
I
alone. I think that's very relatable to everybody. I think listen.
Now I couldn't care. I don't care about anyone. Like I bet the game when it's over. I don't care. It's the Bronx Tale probably that in line. I don't care about you. Why do you care about him? Mickey Mantle, throw the cards away. Why do you have that feeling at all, or do you still have a favorite team? Or
no, if the Washington football team won a Super Bowl, I would still be pumped.
Oh
right?
Wow.
But if I have a bet against them and I win the bet, you think I care about?
And you
them?
have no qualms betting against anyone, including anyone from the Washington, Baltimore area.
No, it's so funny because ever since they drafted Jaden Daniels last year, now everybody thinks I'm this like ridiculous. For 25 years, I bet against them, right? Like, right. No, it has nothing to do with that.
John Riggins.
John Riggins. But that's the thing. If Riggo walked in here now,
right,
or if Joe Gibbs, anybody from your childhood walks in, oh my God, I'd lose it. But
yet, Joe Montana, you didn't even want to take a photo with.
Well, he didn't play for the Skins.
Oh. Yeah. He's I think you called him a has-been or something.
No, I did not. What did you say to me, though? I said
I'll never effing talk to you again if you don't get over here. You're like, because you were like, no, I'm good. I said, here, Joe, my guy here, take a photo with him. I always just like, you can't just ask, Joe, you mind taking a photo? Just get over there. I
can now say I caught a pass from Joe Montana.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, because you threatened me with our friendship if I didn't do it.
I did.
That's right.
And by the way, he was very nice to everyone.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was so
nice. Guess what, Gil?
Yeah.
He's a hair before me.
Yeah.
I really don't remember. Was it the Clark catch? That was a big catch?
81.
Yeah, that's before me.
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan. Like that
was the beginning of the Niners dynasty. Was that catch.
So that was the beginning. So he did play well into in the early 90s.
Well, he ended up with the Chiefs, and he had a good season, I believe. But the Chiefs got him into the playoffs. But his Niners career was really the 80s.
And when we talk about best players, sometimes it's only in the moment. Like, you go out there to the sports book and ask who the best NBA player is, you're going to get LeBron James. You're not going to get Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
The 30-year-olds, they don't, because she's not in the frame of mind. It's a big debate. You know what I mean? Like, we probably know it's not even close. Jordan's the best player of all time.
Not even close. That is the one. It's the sports talk radio go-to debate. Yeah. And for those of us of a certain age, it's not even close.
But then you have guys like before him, like the Will Chamberlains and Kareem. You have great players that I don't know those guys. I know their stats and their history, but I never watched the games.
I think that's just part of also the evolution of the human brain too. Just the way that our brain works. Like, you remember stuff from your childhood, you don't remember stuff from last week, right?
Yeah.
Just the way our brains work. What the impressionable. We remember our childhood in a vivid way that, as an adult, we just kind of were like a hamster on a wheel.
That's right. Now, did you see Charles Barkley talking about the gambling? Did you see anything at all?
Yes, last week.
I thought his clips were great.
It was great because he was telling Kenny, you're being ridiculous.
Kenny Smith, right?
Kenny Smith.
He's telling him, like, are you out of your mind?
Kenny Smith was going into this addiction thing. It's like, it's not addiction, man. That's not what caused, Terry Rozier allegedly.
Right.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with that.
I love Barkley.
He's great.
I really do.
He's
I love
spectacular.
Barkley.
We get tweets at Beating the Book. Billy, they're always responding to stuff here that you say here.
Cool.
Well, first of all, Mr. Masterline on the trade says, don't forget with the Cleveland one, the 7 draft picks we gave up, including 3 first-rounders, as well as the first huge guaranteed contract for a guy that had the shady massage therapist activity still pending. Worst ever. It's pretty bad, no doubt. Jason Levy. The Glenn Davis trade set the Orioles baseball back a decade. Finley is a starting center fielder for a World Series team. Harnish was a good MLB starter, and Schilling became a Hall of Famer. Davis gets hurt immediately, and his career is over. I remember that very well. Pick 10. Don't think it's a conversation with Russell Wilson if they would have just handed the ball to Marshawn. Yeah, he'd have 2 rings. It's very true. Ioya S69. I was listening to the quarterbacks that should be inducted to the Hall of Fame. No mention of the anointed one, Drake May. Drake not even in the conversation. I heard the Hall of Fame has already made his bust. Seriously. Nemo, Ryan's voice. Thanks for bringing up fandom, Crackman. He said, I always wondered when listening to pro bettors, and it seems like they most certainly are not. I'm still a 47-year-old child every Sunday when I watch my Vikings.
My man. All right, that's okay.
Go. It's okay
to be a fan, of course. Not saying nothing.
Yeah, Donnie Miller. You need to be careful with premature honeys. That's from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes, that's a scene. Yeah, there's so many. I tell you, for a show to watch some things, different situations, like tip a captain in a restaurant. Larry David, that Curb Your Enthusiasm is great.
Yeah, Keno Walker. Tell a woman she's beautiful these days, you'll get fired, banned, and canceled for life.
Oh, yeah, no, you can't do that.
Jeff Cam. I say Sweetie and Hun all the time. I'm called big guy, Sweetie Hun all the time. It's okay to be nice.
My man.
And Fairway Fred. From a personal experience, I can 100% concur with Bill. Tiger Woods might be the worst tipper of all time.
I told you, my buddy owned a restaurant in Beverly Hills. He said, the bill's on me. Gave him a $1,400 comp. For, he owned Mastro's in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And he gave Tiger the top floor. He goes, don't worry, that's my personal room. You guys go in that room. It's yours. And the bill's on me. So he took the bill. And the guy that owned the restaurant had to give the waiters $500 because Tiger left nothing.
Tiger left nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Derek Gwynn. Down south, everyone. Guys and gals are all sweethearts. Baby, sweetie, honey. But you know when to say ma'am. Go Southern Miss, he says.
Yeah, you got it. Down south. That's absolutely true. Yeah, down south.
You went to see a concert?
Oh, Hart last night at Fountain Blue.
How'd that go?
The voices were. She still has a great voice. She's majestic. I mean, if anyone ever wants to watch something, I'm a Led Zeppelin fan. So, classic rock fan, but not normally during football, basketball. I just can't do it. But however, they're only going to be here a couple days. I've seen them 3 times already. This is the 4th time. I wanted to go. And just to see Hart one more time. She's going to be 70. She actually announced it. We're going to be 76 years old. Ann and Nancy Wilson. I said, if anyone wants to see something, though, with Led Zeppelin, go back to that. It was the Kennedy Center Honors where Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, Jimmy Page was up there with their little plaques, and Hart sang. And it was just majestic. It was so majestic. They had a 70-piece choir. It's got 200 and some million views on Twitter. If you've never seen that, watch that clip. Robert Plant starts tearing up. I mean, it's that. Wow. It was that good. It was the final thing. But anyway, go to see them last night, and I was. It just hit me wrong when she was being walked out there. She had to be escorted out on stage, and she sat in the seat during the whole show and sang from a seat, similar to Ozzy. Recently, before he died, she sat in a seat, and
this is the age of all these acts, though.
We're all getting old.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm 20 years away from her. I'm thinking to myself, Jesus, her voice was still great, and I seen Tom Jones a couple months ago, and he was also sitting in a seat and singing, and it's getting old's not for sissies. No. I started thinking to myself, wow. We're getting old, man. Well, I'm not saying them. By the way, they were great. By the way, they were great. The band was unbelievable.
I saw Phil Collins here a couple years ago. He was sitting the whole time.
Yes,
sitting the whole time. He was infirm.
Don't see him anymore either.
Don't see him anymore. I'm just trying to think of some others. The Kenny Loggins, for instance, just stopped touring, right? Because he's I'm retiring. He's in great health, but he's like a 70-some years old. He's like, I stopped touring.
Sure.
So you can't see him. Christopher Cross.
Was
up at the Palms, and his concert starts. It's so funny. His concert at age. His concert starts at let's say it's 8 p.m.
Right.
If they're late getting you in there, right? Like Christopher Cross after the first couple songs is like, "Hey, look, my thing starts at 8. I'm not staying here a minute longer."
He didn't retire.
He didn't retire. He's still coming around.
Okay, because he's going to be here with Men at Work. There's a concert here. So there, Christopher Cross, Men at Work, and the main band is Asia.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Asia. That's the main.
It's tough, man. I mean, they're all in their 70s and 80s. Michael McDonald, who I love, he can't sing anymore though, right?
Oh yeah.
The voice is shot now. Finally.
Yeah. Who did I see? Oh boy, there's a great animal. Eric Burden. Eric Burden's like 85. The Golden Nugget.
That?
Eric Burden, who was the Animals, the House of the Rising Sun.
All right.
Many songs, but the House of the Rising Sun is one of my favorite songs. So also there's a lot of other songs too, Spilled Out Wine, and there's deeper songs. I love the Animals, but to see him up there too I think he's 85. The Golden Nugget they'll have these shows where they'll pick these bands, and that's classic rock stuff. But I love going to see them, but I just forgot we were getting that old.
Yeah,
I feel like a kid still.
Yeah,
but
that's I always say the best part of living in Vegas is the accessibility of all kinds of musical artists who you can roll out of bed on the Strip and just run it. Hey, look, it's Maroon 5. Hey, look, it's that. So it's as opposed to living in another major city where you have to schlep down a freeway or something to see them, right? So it's great in that respect. But yes, they are all at an age, at least the ones we grew up on, where it is a little. It's sad.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was looking to see if I had the right band. I think it's Asia anyway. I think Asia's touring with those two bands that I just said. So, Yeah, no, but I'm going to tell you, though, her voice is so majestic. She sang 3 Led Zeppelin songs. They always sing one, Going to California, which I love that song. But she sang a couple other ones that were, and she hasn't sang in 3 months. So she has a lot of, she has some problems with health problems. So to see her again was fantastic.
How's your football season going here?
College, it's been good. Football's been okay. The better thing is the football props. Props are killing it. Killing props. NBA props killing it. And I always tell people, someone texted me yesterday, DM me. He said, what do you think about, your season? What should I be betting on these things? Now, you don't want to tell people a number to bet, but you want to tell them a unit, because I don't know what their unit is. Mm-hmm. So I tell them like a unit on NFL sides is 4 units on, 3 units on an NFL prop. That's the ratio.
Say it again. 4 on.
So let's say you bet $100 on an NFL side.
Yeah.
Well, then you want to make sure you're betting at least 300 on the prop.
Yeah.
Because the props or the player props are the things that are going to get the money in the end. I have Randy McKay on my weekly show, my weekly podcast. No, I have a podcast with John Orlando.
Okay.
And so I bring Randy on there. No, not Foxy. We're looking for a paycheck, please. All right. So I bring him on the podcast every week.
Yeah.
He's in town live this week, and he was 18-10. Then he went. He gives 3 picks a week, or 4 or 5, whatever. Then he was 18-13. Went 0-3. 18, which is 18-13. I'll take that every time. I'll take it. The NFL sides only. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And so he's holding his own this year, though. And people still, though, when he had the 0-3 week.
Oh, of course.
Because he was on air and he brought a broomstick out, and I said, Randy, you shouldn't do that. I told him not to do that.
Yeah.
He brought a broomstick out 2 weeks. He was 3-0, and don't you know the next week he goes 0-3.
Oh.
And you get the broom. Listen,
we had Dr. Bob was at one point, I want to say 10-2 or 9-1 or whatever it was, and he lost the game.
Yeah.
And he took so much incoming on Twitter.
Wow.
And I'm just like, I'm watching
I didn't know this.
And Bob, here's the thing. Bob doesn't ignore. Bob engages everybody.
Very bad to do that.
I told him, I go, what are you doing? Like, stop.
Block and move, Bob.
I was like,
block and move.
Why are you answering everybody? He goes, well, it just gets me so mad, and I don't want to do the show anymore if it's going to be. I go, it's not even the show. They probably was watching the clip on Twitter, right? But so I'm like, it's just amazing how people are, right?
Gil?
Oh, wait. What have you done for me lately?
You just said something that I've never told anyone on air yet.
What's that?
Anywhere. Bob said it. He doesn't want to do the show anymore, he said. Show.
He said he got frustrated for a second.
I got to be blunt.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of shows.
Yeah.
It's winding down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so before you guys throw me off air, I may go myself. No, but
you're going to cause a riot.
I'm getting tired of shows, though. I am. I'm getting tired of being subjected to anybody. But I don't read a lot of the stuff, but I'm just, during football season, and it's funny. Wager Talk wants me to start another show. I'm going to do it today. So anyone wants to watch a show at Allen Boston, I'm doing a show today with Potty Mouth. He's going to be on with me today. You can curse on that
noticed.
Network.
You've noticed.
But Alan is, I want to do a show with him just about sports betting in general, basketball, and he gives me a list of games too, and he's winning for the year. He's up a couple of units. But I want to do a show with him just in general about gambling and sports betting. Yeah.
We get tweets at Beat of the Book. Love y'all. Thanks for all the feedback. Chris Lee Miller. Gilly, got to remember this one more than anybody. Oh, it becomes worst trade radio here. Depending on what side you're on in the Herschel Walker trade, had to be the worst of the Vikings and the best for the Cowboys. Yes, for sure, that was because of the creation of the Cowboys dynasty, because Jimmy Johnson knew those college players. He knew the value of draft picks in a way that nobody did at that time. Joe C714, horrendous trade when the Dodgers traded young Pedro for Delino Shields because he was too skinny to be a starter. Yes, that was a bad one. Brian M., my dad saw MJ in Vegas back in the day, said he heard him say something like the waitress should be tipping him. Barkley took the waitress aside, tipped her a large amount, and apologized. Yeah, I saw Michael Jordan over at the Aria about was it a year ago, less than a year ago? I can't even remember now.
Right.
And he didn't look well, by the way. Josh Hamilton. Not that Josh Hamilton, but somebody else. The Pau Gasol trade has to be in the conversation. The Kobe-led Lakers at the time of the trade were a straddling 8 seed and quickly shot up after receiving Pau. Brian M., I saw the Eagles, musical group, the Eagles in 2013, and they sat the entire show. The May, Coach May, Robert Plant on Instagram, still sounds pretty good.
He does.
Joe Abraham. I remember seeing the Eagles when they got back together in 1994 and saying, these guys are in their mid-40s, as though that was too old to still be playing. Back then, we all assumed the bands we grew up with would have to stop, just like athletes. Chance Copperpot. My lady goes to Hart every summer with her friends here in Portland. They play the PNW every year, going back as far as I can remember, but I do believe this is their last tour. They are fantastic live. The RGB. As a man sneaking up on 60 here in South Georgia, I have been greeting and thanking people with young lady and young man since my 30s. Southern respect forever. Go Dogs. Yeah, we grew up with Yes Sir and Yes Ma'am in D.C. Nish Gandhi, 100% agree with the Animals. One of the most influential and underrated bands of all time. Eric Burden was a poet, maybe just misunderstood despite him not wanting to be. Not sure the boss exists the way that we know him without them.
Awesome.
Ice Cold Gambler, I knew you were going to start something with this. Said, Ice Cold Gambler, hurry up, Gil. Give Crack double the money you currently give him. We can't have Bill leave ANG. He's what I wake for up on Thursdays.
Oh, thank you. No, I'm not going over from here. I'll stay on here until they throw me out.
Russell Badger, it's awesome to see Crack across all platforms he's on, but his weekly on a numbers game is appointment viewing. Mark it down every Thursday.
Thank you, sir.
Justin Gilo, not sure if you're into hard rock, but Five Finger Death Punch does a remake of House of the Rising Sun. And Odale, watching while recovering from my second hip replacement surgery and hearing Crack say, getting old is not for the weak is such a great statement. So true. Best of luck this week, Gil. Thank you, Odale.
I know that
and
version
good luck
of the House of the
good luck
Rising
with
Sun.
your recovery on the hip surgery.
Yeah, no, that is a good version. What else you got?
Brock Landers. Speaking of old performers, Paul McCartney is on now, as good as ever. Yeah, I saw McCartney a couple times ago.
I seen him a few weeks ago. I told you I was seeing him.
Yeah, he's great.
He was great.
Still
I've
great.
never seen him. First time.
First time for me, too. Most famous human on earth?
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Todd Bubba Horowitz. It's sad we went from Honey, Sweetheart, and Ma'am to Them and They. I'm a fan of my last winner. Great show, as always.
He's great. Josh Hamilton just corrected me. He's right. Men at Work, Christopher Cross, and Toto it was, not Asia. Toto. That was the main event, and that was they were just here at Fontainebleau, actually. Fabulous show. Another great controversy. Morris Day and Time. Oh, yeah, I love them, too.
Steve Porcaro and Steve Lukather. Toto.
Oh, there was Toto, yeah. Asia. Where did I get Asia from? I don't know. But...
They had a song called Africa.
Oh,
Toto
okay.
did.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Rosanna.
yeah.
They were the best studio musicians going in the 80s, those guys.
Wow.
All the Michael Jackson Thriller stuff, they're the ones playing on it.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Toto?
Toto.
That's
the guys from Toto. Yeah.
I can't believe I missed them. He's right. They were here.
One of the Porcaro brothers, he wrote Human Nature, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I tell you, that's funny you say that, because last night they were showing different clips before the show. One of them was Michael Jackson. They showed years that Hart started. Hart started in like 72. They were showing what happened in 72, what happened in 73, all the different years. Her being with Ann Wilson with Eddie Van Halen. Really cool stuff they opened up for Van Halen in 85. Or 80, no, before that, 83. And one of them was with them with Michael Jackson. And watching Michael Jackson do the moonwalk with, I tell you, I forgot how good of a dancer he was.
Michael Jackson?
I forgot.
Come on, man.
No, I just, and by the way, that when I was in high school, that's when what's the show that MTV came out.
Yeah.
That Thriller was like a movie, like it was only on certain times in a day. He was an unbelievable dancer. My God. That's
also like side of the times too. So it's like people when Michael Jackson did the moonwalk on Motown 25. A network special.
And like a first time in front of everybody?
Everybody talked about it at school the next day.
Yes.
And then when Thriller debuted on Friday Night Videos on NBC.
Wow, okay.
That was... Everybody knew it was coming, and everybody stayed home to watch it, kind of thing.
Unbelievable.
It's just a different world.
And what about all the people now that got their starts from Michael Jackson? I can't name the people, but there's a lot of entertainers that really Michael Jackson was the one that they started with by seeing those videos and saying, I want to do this and I want to do it. And then they got to be really. I'm trying to think. My wife seen someone recently. She wanted to go and it was sold out. And I can't think of his name. He's a giant name too. He always gives credit for his dancing and everything from Michael Jackson. So
Usher does.
Usher's it.
Usher.
That's who it was.
Usher. Yeah.
Usher. Very good.
Usher, whose shows here were very good, by the way.
It was Usher when he was here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Timberlake, all those guys. It's all derivative of Michael. Michael's a 1 in a billion performer, man.
No question.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe Abraham, too. He also said, I remember seeing the Eagles when they got back together in 94. And I start saying, these guys were in the mid-40s, as though I was too old to still be playing. They were too old to still be playing. Now they're in their 70s. Out there. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question beyond the music stuff, because I've been meaning to ask you this.
Yeah.
Because you were just saying old folks and you're doing too many shows and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Are you still betting exclusively in legalized sportsbooks, or are you doing prediction markets and that kind of thing?
You know, the prediction, it's a great question. I've been asked it. I actually was asked it for my podcast the other day. Oh, no, for Monday's show. I do a show on Monday with Kelly in Vegas, and they asked, I do a Q&A. That was asked. I never answered that question, so I'll answer it here. I have not yet, and I should be.
Yeah, you should.
I should be.
Yeah, you should.
I should be with the Kalshis. I should be. Your advertiser here that I just seen.
Profit,
right?
Yep.
Is
Profit
that
X.
Is that also a
Profit X is a sweepstakes model.
Right.
They also have applied for prediction market
just
license.
like DraftKings has applied, I believe.
Yeah,
to be on a prediction model.
DraftKings and FanDuel are doing it in states where they are not licensed.
Oh, right.
Because
so like Texas, California.
Because like Nevada just came out yesterday. Nevada kills me. Nevada's a piece of work. Nevada coming out like
sent you a text.
we're not. That's it. No more FanDuel and DraftKings. They've withdrawn their applications, and what they're doing is illegal. And we're that was all laced with judgment, without mentioning that they've kept out DraftKings and FanDuel actively for like the last 10 years.
Yes, that was a they actually put that on Twitter, like Nevada's homes. Yeah, I think I
so righteous, self-righteous of them. It's like, really, is this? You guys have now come to the conclusion you didn't want them.
But you and I have talked on this show about how Nevada has unbelievably dropped it, and they missed out on so much, probably tax dollars too, but they missed out on. They could have done this in the beginning when Cantor was in town. They got so mad at Cantor Gaming that they threw them out of town, fined them $40 million, which they should have got fined for, and they probably missed the boat. That's
they did.
When they could have done a lot. They could have done a lot when it was repealed.
You know what it is here, though?
7
it's like
years ago, 8 years.
They've got a good thing, right?
Yeah.
They've got their own little ecosystem. That was exclusive for decades and decades and decades.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad we have apps, even, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and so
they're all just our guests.
Gil, you're all just our guests.
You're all just our guests. That's
Don't
scary.
ever forget that. No, but I do think that there is that's at play, right? Where it's their ecosystem. They've got a good thing going, right? It's always been a very profitable thing for them. And the world has moved on without them, you know, and they are not, as I think is the case for a lot of businesses where someone had a sort of monopoly of things, and then other things happened and they just fought tooth and nail against it. Okay, so you'll still have your thing, but you are missing out on, instead of embracing, you decided to, and by the way, some justifiably, I'm not going to take it a complete anti. I understand why Nevada is upset about, right? They have to go through licensing and regulatory bodies to get there, so they had to jump through hoops. And now the world is a place where, from their standpoint, shortcuts have been taken, and the world has moved on with all these other things that become wildly popular in a way that they could never have anticipated.
Very true.
And so it's a fascinating landscape. It's fascinating to observe how some are stuck in their ways and others have innovated.
Real quick before we go on break, how about these baseball players that are? I'm hearing 400,000, 500,000. Where are they getting 400,000?
Oh, you're talking about Clase and Ortiz?
Where are they getting 400,000 down a pitch? Come on,
let's talk about
get 400 500 on a game.
Let's talk about that after the break.
Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous. It really is. Let me read you a text real fast. We'll go back to that after the break. My friend Richard, you can't be a fan since that is right brain emotional. It's an emotional activity. As an advantage player, you need to think with your left brain, logic and math, and not your right brain making betting decisions. Interesting. It's deep, but I like it.
I like it. Deep thoughts. I like it. We get tweets at Beating the Book. JT, speed to burn, 725. How about the St. Louis Hawks trading Bill Russell to the Celtics the night of the draft? Did that really happen? Is that what they did? Is that what the Hawks did? They traded Bill Russell? That's a little before my time. Dan Goodwin. Have you heard any of the AI rap remixes? Thoughts on AI music? I mentioned this yesterday with Kelly. There is an AI song atop the country chart right now and atop the gospel music chart right now.
Wow.
That's awful.
Wow.
And by the way, it sounds good, too. And you're like, oh, this is terrible. This is not a good development. Ramon Scott, thank you for sending me the Heart Stairway to Heaven from the Kennedy Center.
Oh, yeah, it's unbelievable.
Nish Gandhi.
Thanks.
Nish Gandhi says, without Toto and Quincy Jones, there's no Michael Jackson. Easy, Nish.
Oh, really?
Easy. Steely Dan used them, too. The Weeknd was directly influenced by Michael Jackson. Listen, Toto and Quincy Jones, Toto started with Thriller. Quincy Jones, yes, did start with Off the Wall, but Michael Jackson already had a whole life with the Jackson 5 before that. Let's not get crazy. Fairway Fred. #1 most played song in the last millennial, Wichita lineman Glenn Campbell, by the way, one of the great guitar players of all time, passed in 2017, R.I.P. Darren Frazier. Tell Crack some of us appreciate him, his commentary and his humor. Ignore the haters. They're probably rookies in their first 6 months betting their rent money like penny stock day traders hoping to hit it big in the first 5 seconds.
My man.
Las Vegas 514, yo. Imagining a young Crack doing the moonwalk with his Kangol to Billie Jean. Let's go. And Billy Charlebois. Crack saying he forgot how good of a dancer Michael Jackson was is like saying we forgot how good of a hockey player Gretzky was. That Gretzky kid was. Just giving you crap, Crack. Absolutely love you on the show. I tune in every week for it. And Blue Hen Bill. I live for my 60s music. I'm 71. We lose a great musician once every couple weeks. Had tickets to see the Turtles in mid-August with Flo and Eddie. I had never seen them. Sadly, I had to cancel going. Flo died September 5th. Sucks, man. Yeah. And Billy Charlebois, I heard the Deep Thoughts Jack Handy reference. Thank you very much. Derby Day. My parents' first date night was 1 month after I was born. A dinner party with friends who had cable so they could watch the premiere of Thriller. That's how appointment viewing it was.
Wow.
Yeah. Lawrence Carter, prediction markets also accessible in all states and internationally on Robinhood. Robinhood all over Polymarket. Lefties Losers, before Crack wonders out loud again how somebody can get so much on props, please inform him how syndicates work and how many accounts they have. $500 on a prop per account, and in less than a minute, they have 6 figures at stake.
Let's address this one.
Yeah, I think.
First of all,
I think you know what a syndicate is.
Well,
yes.
Lefty is a person that has 19 following and 0 followers, so he's somebody else that came on and under another name, which is fine, no big deal. You say something that, like you want to, but I mean, I'll be blunt.
Yeah,
I usually don't even talk about this stuff because I don't want people. Do I know what a syndicate is? Anyone that knows Billy Walters is welcome to give him my name.
Yeah.
And not only that, Harlebos Fulgaris, Chip and Doyle. I can go on and on. Doc Midland. I can go on and on for the people I know and how I talk, work for my life. You don't think I know? And I'll say it again, Lefty. At least you have the name Loser on there. That's good. Do you think you can get $500 on a per head prop? You want to bet $500 on a per head account on a pitch being a ball and strike? I don't think so. And better yet, you're going to bet with a local guy when all this stuff comes out and they know about here's what's going to happen. When he settles up with you, you may get a trunk visit. So you're betting with local guys. Local guys, I know it's not the 70s and 80s when you had local guys like that, but I understand. But you're telling me about syndicates and stuff. You got the wrong guy, pal.
Well, what we're talking about here, Ortiz and Clase. Luis Ortiz, Emmanuel Clase. The latest on this is that Luis Ortiz has pled not guilty to charges that he and Clase, Emmanuel Clase, took bribes to help gamblers win bets placed on pitches they threw. Ortiz made less than $1 million. Ortiz made about $760,000 a year, or $782,600 this year, and allegedly rigged pitches in games against the Mariners and the Cardinals. The amazing thing about this story is that Clase, right? Clase is a big time ball player.
Yes.
Made lots of money in his career. $15 million,
I think, right?
Yeah, even more, I think.
Okay.
Was like third in the Cy Young. He's a big time ball player. The fact that it's just mind-boggling how someone like him could get seduced by something like this.
But you look at the other guys with $150 million in the NBA. How do you get seduced by it? Yeah.
Yeah, although I will get back to this. I'm curious what you think. With Terry Rozier in the NBA, I really feel like he might get off because NBA teams tank, right? Mm-hmm. And he has plausible deniability of saying, hey, man, I was just telling a friend. I didn't know what he was doing with it. Right now, if they split the money again at his house, and they could make a better case on it. But he missed, or Terry Rozier missed the next few games.
Right.
So he's like, I really was hurt. Look, I missed the games.
Right.
And in Ortiz's case, he actually, I could see him singing now. And Ortiz will be like, this was not me. I wasn't involved in this. I just got seduced into it by this guy. Right. He could really go after Clase. Clase apparently in 2023. There was he did a couple pitches that went under the radar. And this is all in the indictment. And then he didn't do this for a couple years, allegedly, right? And then all of a sudden this year, we have the videos to show it, right? He's like spiking balls in the dirt, all because these props existed for these micro plays, right? These first pitch of the inning props existed. But to your point, the numbers that they're throwing around about what was made by gamblers, if Clase even made any himself, it would have to be a pretty sophisticated network to get to those numbers. That's for
listen,
sure.
I'm telling you, it's. You think about this. So when you go get accounts, these per head accounts, and I did it. I did it for years. I don't do it anymore, but I did it years ago. You have to now give them a percentage. This is back in like the early 2000s. I almost want to say I started this. I swear. I said, take a piece of the count. I remember. I'll just say it. So,
gamblers allegedly won $450,000 on these pitches collectively.
I remember this. This is how long ago it was. 25 years ago, Billy would say, just whenever you get accounts, just tell them it's Wall Street guys. Wall Street guys with a big appetite for a lot of money. You can't do that, though. You have to actually go to them and say, hey, you have any accounts? I'll give you 25% of the winnings you can have, or you can take a 10% free roll, or even up to 50% for yourself. They always, in the end, would take the 50%. They seen how half the account they would get. They'd be responsible for it, and that's how you would get accounts. So now let's say this genius that's telling me this. Now let's say you have an account that you do get $500. No, you're not getting that on a ball and strike, but you get $500 on over/under on Mahomes yardage, whatever. Mm-hmm. So now you only get $250 of that. You get. So now I get $250. How many accounts do I need just to have that? That I'm getting $250 each account. It adds up to a certain number. Now I have to give it to that person, whoever wants their half of the account, or you're saying that these players are getting a piece of that. Here's how it all breaks down. I really believe these guys have their entourages, and their entourages are leaning on them for this and that. Now you give them money, and maybe Rozier said, "Hey, here, I'm not see if you can bet this. I'm not going to put whatever he said." Just to get them to take some heat off him. You know what I mean? Take some of that pressure off him. And I don't know if he whacked up any money, but listen, there's so many hands in the pie that you're going to have a rat. Real simple. Someone's going to rat because they're only making a couple $1,000 each or something. This is referring to the NBA one or even this baseball one. There's going to be rats involved. Someone's going to rat because they feel they didn't get their taste. They didn't get their beak wet enough.
The 2023, the two pitches in 2023, that's alleged in the indictment. On the first one, prosecutors allege that $27,000 was won on that pitch. And on the second one, a few weeks later, they say that $38,000 was won when Clase spiked a slider at least 5 feet in front of home plate.
What a genius.
I mean, it's just
wow.
And I will say this again, and I want to make clear again, because I first morning after the Rozier thing, I said this, I go, listen, legalized betting deserves a lot of credit for detecting these things. However, after the comma, I also want to add, because people stop short and don't say this, but it is because legalized betting exists that this is so rampant now and is only going to get more and more rampant. You don't see first pitch props offshore. You just don't.
Right.
In the bigger places.
I don't see them anywhere.
Yes.
Well, that's what this guy was talking offshore. You don't see that, the first pitch.
So as legalized sports betting is busy patting themselves on the back for detecting it, they are the problem in the first place as to why this has exploded in this way.
100% correct.
Yes.
You couldn't say anything more true about everything you just said. I think they seen money, and we said it last week on the show. It blinded them. The leagues, NFL, NBA, hockey. I think hockey was first. They got blinded by the dollar.
100%.
And they just said, let's get this passed, without thinking of the implications of what can happen down the line. Even though they put signs up, no gambling in the locker room or something. Yeah, okay. These are kids.
Yeah.
These are kids.
And yes, they will take away those first pitch props or limit them severely or whatever, but it'll be like a game of whack-a-mole, right? Players who are inclined to cheat the system will figure out something else.
God, I can't believe it's been an hour already.
It's a whole new world.
I had like 5 other things.
Thanks for watching, but don't let the betting insights end here. If you want an extra edge this football season, you can get a month of VSiN Pro right now absolutely free. That means access to our betting insights, analysis, and tools like our betting splits at zero cost to you. Click the link in the description to sign up.